Hi, I'm Kass and this is Honey.
And we're regular Canadians enjoying weed. And we're here with Jorge.
Thank you very much for having me here. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. I was in Mexico for a few days and come back to Canada just 2 days ago. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for coming. We met Jorge at a high tea.
Yeah.
And tell everybody why you're here.
I'm from Mexico. I arrived to Canada 1 year ago. And my objective to be here is to understand and to learn all the aspects of the cannabis industry in Canada, to meet people, to connect with them, to understand the product, the accessories, the conversations, the culture that is very important.
This is the culture, everybody.
Yeah, this is the place. So that's what I am here.
What sort of brought you to this quest? How did you decide to do this? Were you sent by someone or were you?
No, when I was a public official last year. I worked for the Mexican government for some years, and 3 years ago, the last administration started a conversation about legalization of medical cannabis. So I was part of the conversation and the forums and workshops across Mexico, and I started to understand what is cannabis, and specifically what is cannabis for Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
When I start understanding the aspects, I think, well, this is a huge business. It's not only a culture or not in each country. I start to understand that it's a huge and important business, mm-hmm. and the industry around is big, huge in all the aspects. So I decided to learn more, and someone told me, you know what? If you like to understand more, start with Canada. That's what I am. That's what I am here to understand. And when I arrived, my first views of all the industry is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
All the aspects, all the things, the conversations, the social groups, and I went to if the event is I need to pay it, I pay the congress or the conference.
Yeah.
If it's free, I go to a free discussions. So I start to understand all the things.
It's really interesting here because cannabis is so deeply ingrained in our culture here.
Yes, sure.
And it's different here than it is in other places in Canada. Like the BC has a long history with cannabis.
A long history about it.
And it's the best. Like it's the best of the best. We grow the best, we have the best, we are the best. Cannabis. Not to brag. It sounds a bit braggy, but it's true.
No, it is well said though, and it's something that it's easy to take for granted when we're living in the glory days in the most glorious place. But yeah, we're right at, like you said, Canada is a good judge because it's ahead of its time, and BC is ahead of Canada's time, and so it feels good to be right at the point of the arrow. And I'm glad you're studying us. It makes us baked beavers feel honored.
Yeah.
But I think we should enjoy.
Let's enjoy.
What do you think?
Let's enjoy.
All right, are you ready?
I never tried bong. So how does it work?
Okay, so you grind it.
I grind it, okay.
Then you fill the little bowl.
Okay.
And then we'll light like this.
And then you inhale in.
And then you pull this out.
So
just like that.
Okay, so
when that bowl there is still in it as you're inhaling, it's creating like a seal, and so all the smoke gathers in that bottom part, but only once you take that out and then inhale, it'll actually go into your mouth and lungs,
Okay, I see.
And so and then that ice is just a fancy little thing that Kass added in there to make it more pleasant.
Okay, so you put your lips right there.
Okay.
And get a bubbling sucking going.
And so you inhale in and
Wait, hang on. There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
There we go. All right.
Team effort.
Team effort now. Inhale as hard as you can.
So in, strong. You can do stronger, or sort of make a seal with your lips. Yeah, and then inhale. Yeah, that's perfect.
That's the good sound.
In. Inhale.
And then
just gently though, and with some fresh air, or a bit harder than that, I suppose. A little sip. Yeah, you definitely got some that time. I saw that.
I see.
Nice,
And-
right?
Yeah.
At this, my broken. And just like that.
Well,
the
this is
good-
my first time with a bong.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Jorge.
When I was in Mexico City walking in the downtown, you know, walking around, eat some food, someone go close to me and tell me, hey, do you like peyote oil and cannabis? And I think, oh, it's interesting. So I bought it. It's,
Like, well, actually, it's my
yes.
last work.
I mean, yeah.
Funny you should say
Yes,
so.
yes, but yeah, it's a coincidence.
But
And I
yes.
bought it, and you can use it like an oil.
So you just rub it
So
on.
it's a topical.
Yeah, it's not for eat, no. It
Because when
says
when I saw you brought peyote and cannabis oil, I was like, wow, this guy really wants to
no,
party.
no, it's not for.
It's gonna
for-
be a
for-
big night.
No, it's not for drink, guys. So
No drinking that.
it's like a.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try
Yes.
a little bit if we're trying.
If
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll-
But so
I'll
is
buy
this
it.
then?
I have a pain in my hand for almost 1 year. So I don't know if it works. So
Is this your first time using it?
no,
Also,
I
or
use it 3 or 2 or 4 times.
on the wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you're still here, so that's good.
I don't know if it works,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it works. But the interesting thing is what is happening in the Mexican streets with these products, illegal but helpful, and there's conversation about because many people in Mexico prepare their own oils for pain, for muscle pain, and these things. So it's like it's our culture also into the aspects of cannabis. It's you always have a family with. No, I see when my mom or my grandmother used cannabis too with a tea. She prepared a tea for people with these diseases and so it is in our culture too.
Now, what's the cannabis like in Mexico? What?
Well, it is a stigmatized situation for
Everybody.
everybody. In Mexico, you always know. Well, people said, well, when I was child and I was drunk in Acapulco, I don't like to do it because I was drunk and I smoked a joint and it was the last time that I But when you're talking with people more confident, well, yes, it's regular that I smoke.
Once in a while, I
sometimes,
dabble,
Once in
yeah.
a while, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. The thing is that is always in a now, well, for the last 50 or 60 years, is in a black gray area because it's illegal now, and is always around drug lords, drug situation, crime, cannabis,
It's hard to separate the
cocaine,
two.
all the things.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not easy to have an open conversation with people and to say that. But you know, many people now in the last years grow their own cannabis in their homes. I don't like to say people don't like to open that they have cannabis or that they smoke or someday they smoke.
There's
It's
there's
changing
stigma
now.
around it.
It's a stigma.
Yes.
Yes.
But you think that use is becoming more frequent as
Yes.
yeah.
Because when I tried in Mexico, I think because of the illegal aspects and the way they grow in the mountains and in open air, not in a greenhouse, I think the potence of and the quality. Because I tried some maybe 5-6 times, and I don't feel nothing.
Yeah.
So when I started to learn, I think, well, maybe the packaging was bad. Maybe the buds have too dry, not greasy, not like oily, and. So that's why it's quite interesting because if it's legal in Mexico in the next year, I mean, it will be a totally new market and totally new experience for many, many, many people.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't know
Here too.
Yeah.
how to roll a joint or nothing. We need you to. I will invite you to come.
Oh,
to
well,
have
we're
this
great. Let's do
international-
it. Shall we
this
go
event.
now?
Yes.
Yeah, careful what you say, Jorge.
Yes. You
'Cause-
can come. Yes.
Do you think other
Yes.
people,
Yes,
people in
please.
Mexico would go on our show?
Sure.
Do you?
Whoop, sure. Yes.
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay.
Don't forget us. We can go now.
You are in.
Yeah.
You are in.
I'll
Yeah.
bring a bottle of something as well as an
Okay.
offering, just like you did.
Sure.
And you've all got to come to Canada. You've got to make it to Mexico and see Jorge, our wonderful guest for
Sure.
today.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on. Really.
Thank you very much, Kass and Honey, to having me. It was a pleasure to be with you, to have this conversation. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you to you.
And thank you for trying our bong. We
Oh,
really,
wow.
we
Yes,
really,
my first time. It's an honor to be here and my first time in Bong. Yeah.
It's our honor.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, honestly.
I'm
And
so glad you met you.
Thank you very much.
yes. And thank you, Canada, for watching. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
And don't drive high.
Take care.
Yeah.
Ugh, Jorge.
So how did you make your cannabis oil?
I bought Alaskan Thunderfuck.
Okay. First
Yeah, you
problem.
did.
First mistake. Okay. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like it's gonna get you fucked up.
Yes.
Oh my
It does.
God. You didn't
I-
go with like driving Miss Daisy strain or something like that. You went.
I bought